प्राचारी उठे जीवा विभावरी शेषा आलोक प्रवेश निद्राचारी उठो जीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी रामा कृष्ण हयग्रीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी रामा कृष्ण हयग्रीवा नरसिंह वामन श्रीमधुसूदन व्रजेन्द्र नंदन श्यामा पूतन घातन कैतवशातन जय दशरथी रामा यशोददुलाल गोविंद गोपाल वृंदावन योगींद्र वंदन श्रीनंदनंदन व्रज जना भयहारी नवीन नीरदारूप मनोहर मोहन बंसी बिहारी यशोदनंदन कंसनिषूदन निकुञ्जरासविलासी कदम्ब कानन रासपरायण वृन्दाविपिन निवासी आनन्दवर्धना प्रेमनिकेतन फूले सराजो जकाकामा गोपांगना गण चित्त विनोदन समस्त गुण गणधाम जमुना जीवन केलिपरायण मानस चंद्र चकोरा नाम शुद्ध रस गाओ कृष्ण जैसा रखो वचन मन मोरा विभावरे शेष आलोक प्रवेश निद्राचारी उठी जीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी रामा कृष्ण हयग्रीवा हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Okay. Somebody wanted to sing the Mangalacharan, right? Ayush. One second.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Namo Vishnu
Can you turn on your video before you sing? Yes. Now you can.
Yes, Mataji. 1 second.
You are not audible.
1 second, Mataji. No.
Okay.
Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjala-shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnaprishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much. Okay. So today, chapter 10. Okay. So chapter 10. So it is day 10. Okay. And okay. So can you all see the screen?
Yes, Mataji, now we can see the screen.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so we are learning from A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Okay, it is because of him that we got Bhagavad Gita in English, and he was the one who took the Westerners, on the journey of Krishna consciousness. Okay, so this chapter number 10, is all about Vibhuti Yoga. So what is Vibhuti Yoga? Opulence of Krishna. That means the different forms and energies. I mean, the representations of the Lord. Okay, and all that he has, the opulence of the Lord. Okay, he's a celebrated personality. So we will understand in this chapter. Okay, so knowing that Krishna is unknowable and the source of all. So Krishna says in one of the shlokas, okay, everything and everybody emanates from Krishna. That's what he says. And then, so Chatushloki Gita, okay, chapter, 10.8 to 10.11 is like, gives you the entire gist of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so 10.8 to 10.11, these are the 4 shlokas that which give you the entire Bhagavad Gita in just 4 shlokas. That's why it is called Chatur Shloki Gita. 4 shlokas. With that 4 shloka, entire Bhagavad Gita is covered. Okay, so if somebody asks you what is Bhagavad Gita, tell them these 4 shlokas. Then and then tell them the meaning. Okay, and then Arjuna accepts Krishna as the supreme. So after listening to Krishna's opulence, so great Krishna is, after listening to all that, Arjuna finally says, Krishna, you're the supreme personality of Godhead. Finally, Arjuna accepts. Okay, then Krishna describes his vibhutis. Yeah, and let's offer our obeisances. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाशादिदेशतारिणे। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so this we already know. Krishna consciousness is a science. Okay, as long as you don't practice it, you cannot get any result out of it. Okay, if you want to understand Krishna and go back to Krishna, you have to start practicing it. Okay, practical science is always practical. Okay, it is not theory. Why are all scientists sitting in the lab? They would have sat at home, read books, and then said this is science. No, they are experimenting constantly in the lab, right? Because science is all about practically proving things. I might tell you 100 things, but unless you do it and practically get the result, right? Yesterday we saw the experiment. Why? Krishna consciousness is a science. That's why, um, you know, um, um, Krishna consciousness is a science. That's why we wanted to prove the uh, value of Harinam, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay, that's why that rice experiment was given to you. Okay, so that's how it is. You have to practically do things and then understand Krishna consciousness. Okay, you cannot just listen and then sit. You have to listen to the class and then go and implement it. Okay, so yeah, one who at the time of death, this is a recap. Okay, at the time of death we have to remember Krishna. Okay, then we can go back to the Lord, certainly. Okay, but if you have to remember him at the time of death, it is very difficult. Bharat Maharaj, right, he was such a great devotee, but what happened? Finally he remembered the deer. Why? Because he was so attached to the deer, right? So he's so great. If he was not able to remember Krishna, what are we? We are definitely not as great as Bharata, right? So it is more important for us to chant Hare Krishna regularly, more rounds, so that we will be able to remember Krishna. Otherwise our mind will start thinking about so many other things. Okay, yeah, so what who is this in the picture? Does anybody know? Raise your hand if you know. Hmm. Anybody else? Yeah, Ayush, tell me.
Mataji, the one sitting down is here is Parikshit Maharaj Mataji,
Hmm.
and the one narrating the Bhagavatam is Shatadev Goswami Mataji, and all are listening Mataji.
Yes. So what are they doing here? Shravanam and Kirtanam, right? So Shukadeva Goswami is doing
Kirtanam Mataji.
Kirtanam. Yeah, and Parikshit Maharaj and others sitting there are all doing Shravanam. Okay, Shravanam means what? Hearing. Okay, and what are they listening to? They are listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, and who is narrating it? A greatest devotee of Krishna. That is Shukadeva Goswami. You can see in the picture. Shukadeva Goswami is the greatest devotee of the Lord. What is he in Golok Vrindavan? He is a parrot of Radharani. He came to earth to narrate Srimad Bhagavatam for all of us. Okay, so he's a parrot in Golok Vrindavan. Remember, I told you, all of us are something in Golok Vrindavan. That is our original identity. Okay, here we are just pretending. I'm not Rakshita, I'm something else. What am I? The soul, right? What soul am I? In Golok Vrindavan, I'm something that we need to understand. How do you understand that? When you do devotional service constantly. Okay. So, like for example, Shukadeva Goswami was a parrot of Radharani. Arjuna, you know who is Arjuna in Golok Vrindavan? Anybody knows? Raise your hand if you know. Nobody? You can put it in the chat. So Arjuna was Vishaka Sakhi in Golok Vrindavan. Okay, Vishaka Sakhi means friend. Arjuna is a she basically. In her, or she is originally a she. Okay, Arjuna is originally she. In Golok Vrindavan, Arjuna is Vishaka Sakhi. Her name is Vishaka. She is a friend. Okay, of Radha and Krishna. And so in Vrindavan, if you go in ISKCON, Vrindavan ISKCON, there is Radha Krishna, and then here there is Vishaka Sakhi, and I mean Lalita Sakhi and Vishaka Sakhi. There are two Sakhis. Okay, so one Lalita and Vishaka. So out of those two Sakhis, one is Arjuna, that is Vishaka Sakhi. Okay. So Arjuna is a she. That way, if you see. So we are all originally something in Golok Vrindavan. We've just come here. Okay. And then struggling here with Maya. So we have to chant and go back. That is our house. Okay. So we have to go back home. to Krishna Loka, Golok Vrindavan, and become our original personalities. Okay, so like how Shukadeva Goswami was a parrot, he was then after narrating Bhagavatam here, when he left his body, he went back and again become a parrot in Golok Vrindavan. Okay, because that is his original identity. So we should always hear, see, Prabhupada says, one should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. Don't hear about the Lord from an atheist. Okay, they will always scold the Lord. And you will listen to all that? No. And when somebody is making fun of Krishna, don't stay in that place. Walk out. Okay? Yeah. So anybody wants to read Shloka? Yeah, Ayush.
माताजी हरे कृष्ण न मे विदुसुरजना प्रभवन्न महर्षय अहमादिर्हि देवानां महर्षीणां च सर्वशः.
Yes. And if anybody wants to recite Shatushloki Gita, please raise your hands. Okay, I'll ask you. 10.8, 10.9, 10.10, and 10.11. Okay. Neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my origin. Okay. See, Krishna says, no, we learned in the beginning of the chapter that Krishna, from all of us originate from Krishna, emanate from Krishna. Okay. That means we will not know how Krishna came into existence. We only know Krishna is there. We all came from Krishna. Okay. So that's why Krishna says, demigods nor great sages, nobody knows my origin. That's what Krishna says. Okay. I'm the source of everything. All the demigods and sages come from Krishna. Okay. All the demigods you're seeing in the picture, right? They're all coming from Krishna. Okay. And all the great sages that we see, okay, they're all again from coming from Krishna. So Krishna existed even before we came into existence, right? And Krishna will continue to exist even after this material world is destroyed completely. Okay. So he's ever existing. We will, so how will we know how he got created? Nobody created him. He's just manifest. Okay. He's just there, just like that. Okay. That is his energy. That's why he's God. That's why he's Godhead. Okay. Shresht. Yeah, you can recite by seeing. Just open the shlokas and keep, and then you can recite. Okay. Yeah, so we can actually understand Krishna, who is eternal, full of bliss. Yeah, so how do we understand the existence of Krishna? If you really want to know and understand Krishna, you have to understand, or you can understand only and only by devotional service. Okay, that is by reading Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, you will understand Krishna. Okay, it's impossible for others to understand. That's why a lot of people do not, with no devotion, they try to contemplate in their own whatever mind and brain they have. With that they try to contemplate and they will not understand Krishna. They will finally say there is no God. Okay, so you should understand Krishna only by reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, because uh, Krishna has spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, and Krishna has spoken in Bhagavad Gita, and in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva has written it. And who is Vyasadeva? Krishna himself, Krishna's incarnation. Okay, so that's why only by devotional service we can understand Krishna. And reading Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita is a devotional service. Okay, now see, Krishna is saying intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness, distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone. So these are all our qualities, right? Some people are very intelligent, some people are very fearful, some people are fearless, they are very brave, some people are happy, sometimes we become very distressed, right? Sometimes we control our mind, sometimes we forgive people. So all these qualities that we have are all created by Krishna alone. That's what he says. Every quality that we have in this world, it is created by me alone. Okay, and so you have to become friends with Krishna, so you to understand Krishna well. Because when you become friends with Krishna, offering devotional service to Krishna will become easy. And when you offer devotional service to the Lord, then you can understand him, meet him face to face, and go back to him. Okay, so the 7 great sages, and before them the 4 other great sages and the Manus, okay, are born out of my mind, and all creatures in these planets descended from them. So, see, we all come from Brahma, right? Brahma is the one who creates living entities, and Brahma came from Krishna. Okay, you know how Brahma was born? Anybody knows how Brahma was born? Ayush, tell me.
Mataji, Brahma was born from the navel of Vishnumurti Mataji.
Yes, so Vishnu's navel, from there a lotus flower came. Okay, lotus stem came, and then lotus flower. On in that lotus flower, Brahma is there. Okay, so that's how Brahma was born. And so if from Brahma started creating all the living entities. I mean, not the living entities, the material bodies, okay, and material world. And from Brahma, we all came, right? And so that's why he's saying Manus and all the other great sages come from Krishna's mind, and from them we all come. Okay, so basically, Krishna is our original father. Okay, he is the seed giving father, we saw already. Okay, now I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts. See, now he is telling everything in this world, in spiritual world, in every world emanates from Krishna. Everything comes from Krishna. Okay, nothing is independent. Okay, so people who understand this understand how great Krishna is, and they start worshipping him, they start surrendering to him and offer bhakti yoga. Okay, so yeah, matchitta madgata prana bodhayantha parasparam kantayantas kathayantas chamam nityam tushtyanti charamanti cha. So the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are surrendered to me, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss enlightening one another and conversing about me. Now, Krishna is telling how devotees have to behave. Okay, how devotees behave? Devotees of, I mean, thoughts of devotees. No, they always dwell in Krishna. They always think about Krishna. Okay, they talk about Krishna. They discuss things only about Krishna. Okay, they go out, they go to Krishna temple. Okay, they go out, they go to distribute Krishna books. Okay, if they go out, they go to eat Krishna prasadam. Okay, if they go out to a devotee's house and do bhajan. If they talk to devotees about Krishna. Okay, so that is the magic of having devotee association. You know, Prabhupada used to say in one of his lectures, okay, there are three keys to become a pure devotee. How to become a pure devotee? First thing, chant every day regularly Hare Krishna Mahamantra, at least 1 round. Okay, Prabhupada says 16 rounds, but we are beginners, right? And then second thing, eat Krishna prasadam, okay, and give Krishna prasadam. Third thing, devotee association. Okay, the more and more you spend time with a person who is not a devotee, okay, the more and more you are away from Krishna. The more and more time you spend with a devotee, even in a school, okay, in your class, if you make friends with a devotee, or if you make turn your best friend into a devotee, your best friend will definitely listen to you, right? So if you go and tell her about Krishna, or ask her to join Bhagavad Gita class, constantly motivate her and turn her into a devotee, your best friend will become a devotee. That way what happens, you will have devotee association, and you can spend time around keeping Krishna in the center, right? You can see in the picture, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had only all devotees around him, his best friends, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, all of them, they were devotees. And you know what they used to do every time in the evening, every day, they used to go to Srivas Acharya's house. Okay, in the backyard, they would go. There was lawn and garden and all. They would sit and do kirtan party. They call it party. Why? They would sing kirtan, play harmonium instruments, and dance. Okay, it was like a rock concert. They would dance, and sing. They would get tired of it. Okay, to that extent, they would party hard. They would dance and sing. What? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay, so what happens when you do that? Krishna will be pleased, and we become close to Krishna, and we become dear to Krishna. So Krishna consciousness is not boring. You should find out ways how to make it interesting. Okay. Yeah, and so to those who are constantly devoted to worship me with love, I give understanding by which they can come to me. Okay. So Krishna says, if you are serious in your devotion service, Krishna will guide you personally. See, Krishna is telling, I give them the understanding. Okay. So if you chant regularly, dedicated, if you're determined and dedicated, and you chant regularly, and if you're seriously eating Krishna Prasad and doing all your devotion service properly, then Krishna will give you the understanding. Krishna will show the way. Krishna will send a guru for you. Okay. Krishna is there in as Paramatma within all of us. You don't even have to tell him anything. He knows even before you know what you feel. He knows. Okay, so he's telling, I'm dwelling in their hearts. Okay, so he is the one who gives us jnana. Okay, Om Ajnana Timiram Dasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Right, a guru comes and takes away the darkness and gives us light. Okay. So that light and Guru is our Chaitya. I mean, Krishna is our Chaitya Guru. He's the first Guru. He's there as Paramatma. So he's our first Guru. So he definitely comes and takes away the darkness, giving us the light of knowledge. Okay. So now Arjuna said, you are the supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier. So this shloka, does anybody know? Anybody wants to recite this shloka? Parabrahma Parandhama. It starts. Yeah, Ayush, tell me. Recite. Do you want to recite?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji 12 and 13th one.
Yeah.
अर्जुन उवाच परं ब्रह्म परं धाम पवित्रं परमं भवान् पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यमादिदेवमजं विभुम् आहुस्त्वां ऋषयः सर्वे देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा असितो देवलो व्यासः स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे.
Yeah. So what is Arjuna saying? Ashita, Devala, Vyasa, Narada Muni, these are all great sages, right? They have confirmed that you are the ultimate, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. That's why Arjuna starts by saying, you are the supreme Brahman. Parabrahma, Parandhama, you are the supreme abode. Parandhama means he is the destination, the ultimate destination for all of us. Okay, and he is the purifier. Krishna is a purifier. That's why Harinam purifies our mind. Okay, and then he is the truth, he is the absolute truth. Even if everything gets destroyed, he will still be there. Okay, and he is the eternal divine person. Okay, and Krishna is the primal Lord. He is the God. Okay, and transcendental and original. You are unborn. He's unborn. He's all pervading. Okay, and yeah, and all the great sages confirm this. Okay, now Arjuna, after listening to Krishna so much, now he understands how great Krishna is. Okay, and then Arjuna surrenders. Okay, I mean surrenders. Now he's surrendering with devotion. Remember in the first chapter, second chapter, he surrendered because he was indecision. I mean he was in the middle. He did not know whether to fight or not fight, right? So out of that he surrendered for knowledge. Now he's actually understanding how great Krishna is. Okay, that time first chapter, second chapter, Arjuna thought Krishna is just a friend. Now he actually understands Krishna is the Lord, Bhagavan. Okay, anybody wants to recite Chatushloki Gita now? Raise your hands. 10.8, 10.9, 10.10, 10.11. Yeah, Shresht.
Hare Krishna Mataji, 1 minute.
Hare Krishna.
1 minute.
Quick.
Okay, ma'am. Machita Margata Prana, Bodhayanta Parasparam, Kathayantasya Mam Nityam, Tushyanti Charamanti Cha.
Translation also.
Translation Mataji. Okay, Mataji, the slide is not coming.
No, I'm not playing that. You read from the book if you have.
Okay, Mataji. Those surrendered devotees take me as their life and soul and go on discussing my ambrosial narrations among one another, extending ecstasies of devotion unto me. They constantly relish the nectar of their realized divine relationships with me in their respective internal natures of servitorship, friendship, parenthood, or consorthood.
Yeah. Okay, one moment. So this is shloka number 1 of Chatushloki Gita. Okay. So what is Krishna saying? He's describing pure devotees. Okay. How pure devotees should behave. They should always talk about Krishna, think about Krishna. Whatever they do, they should have Krishna in the center. They should do it for Krishna. Okay. Their lives, their minds and lives should not be separated from Krishna. Okay. They are eating. Oh yeah, I gave it to Krishna first, and then I'm eating. Okay. If they are wearing some new dress, yeah, I already offered it to Krishna. Now I'm wearing. Now, after wearing new dress, what do? They do kirtan. At least for 2 seconds, you do kirtan. Then do whatever you want. Okay. So that way you're dedicating everything to Krishna. Next, 10.9.
Mataji, 10.10 no Mataji.
10. Yeah.
तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते. To those devotees who are constantly dedicated to me and who engage in my service out of their love for me, I bestow the internal divine inspiration by which they can approach me and render various intimate service unto me.
Yeah. So now Krishna is telling, if you are a pure devotee, so far he described a pure devotee, right? Now, if you are a pure devotee, what happens? Krishna will guide you personally. We already saw, right? And take you back to Krishna. Okay. So he'll take you back to Golok Vrindavan. You don't have to suffer here. Krishna will come and take you. Why? Because Krishna does not want to leave us here. Okay. It is we who have come down, disobeying the Lord. Okay. So Krishna is more anxious to take us back. He just wants to see little seriousness in all of us, and if you are serious, he will come and take you back. Okay, next.
तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहम् अज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वतः. Out of compassion for them, I, situated within the hearts of all living beings, dispel the darkness of ignorance with the radiance of knowledge.
Yeah. So this also we saw, right? Ajnanatimram dasya jnananjana shalakaya. So that's what Krishna is saying here as well. Okay, he comes and dispels the darkness of ignorance. We so far we did not know what Krishna is, who Krishna is, right? We were also in darkness, and now Krishna comes and gives us light. He gives us understanding who really Krishna is. Okay, and then helps us go back to the Lord. Okay. Yeah, so now the supreme truth is realized in 3 aspects, which we already saw, right? First stage of realization is impersonal Brahman, okay, the light realization. Then comes Paramatma realization, who is there in our hearts, okay? And then comes Bhagavan realization. Bhagavan realization is Krishna in his actual form, the two-handed Shamasundara form, okay? Yeah, so the Blessed Lord told, now the opulence of Krishna. Krishna explains how opulent he is, his splendorous manifestations. Okay, and it is limitless. Okay, now Krishna says, I am the radiant sun. Sun is Krishna. Okay, in Vishwarupa we see, okay, sun and moon, they are 2 eyes of Krishna. Okay, so Krishna is the sun. Okay, remember all this. You might be asked in quiz. Okay, and then of all the demigods, Indra is who? Devaraj, right? He's the leader of all demigods, and that is Krishna. Krishna is the one who represents Indra. Okay, these are all Krishna's opulence, okay, manifestations. And so that's what Krishna is telling. He is out of all demigods, Indra is great, so Krishna is Indra. Whoever is great wherever, that is Krishna. Remember that much. Okay, now out of all the priests, Brihaspati is the guru, right? The guru planet, Jupiter. So he is Krishna. Okay. And out of all generals, I'm Kartikeya. Okay. And out of all water bodies, I'm the ocean. See, why ocean? Because ocean is the biggest, right? Biggest water body. Ocean is even bigger than the sea, right? So that's why, which I already told you, whichever is great, whatever is great, that is Krishna. Okay. And yeah, out of all the sages, I am Bhrugu. So Krishna represents Bhrugu. Okay. And out of all the vibrations, Krishna is Om, Omkar. We already saw, I think in 8th chapter, no, 7th chapter, right? And of all sacrifices, I'm chanting the holy names of the Lord. See, Krishna says, no, Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. So Krishna is Japa Yajna. I am the chanting of holy name of the Lord, right? So that's why we have to chant. Okay, because I told out of everything, whatever is great, that is Krishna. Out of all sacrifices, Japa Yajna is great, so Krishna is Japa Yajna. Okay, and out of all the mountains, Krishna is Himalayas. Why? Himalayas is the tallest mountain peak, right, in the world. Nothing is taller than that. That's why that is Krishna. Okay, so Krishna. So stress is on the sacrifices, right? Krishna is Japa Yajna. So chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is the purest representation of Krishna. Why? Because it's the sound representation of Krishna. The moment you say Krishna, you're hearing it, right? And the moment you say Krishna, Krishna is there. You are not able to see because of our impure senses. Okay, and that's the reason, because Krishna says he's Japa Yajna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. Okay, in the Krishna and Radha both come in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and give us. So when he says Japa Yajna, now the question says what to chant, right? The question comes what to chant. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and gave us Hare Krishna Mahamantra and told you have to chant this. Okay, and out of trees, banyan tree is Krishna. Okay, and out of sages, among the gods, okay, Deva Rishi we say, sages among gods, he is Narada Muni. Okay, and then of the Gandharvas, I am Chitraratha. Gandharvas are heavenly planets inhabitants. Okay, one of the heavenly planets. They sing beautifully. Okay, and out of that, Chitraratha is Krishna. Okay, and out of among the perfected beings, I am sage Kapila. Okay, Kapila is a perfect human being. Okay, so he came down as Krishna's empowered incarnation. In fact, Kapila is. Okay, so Kapila came down and gave us again, writings about Krishna, Sankhya Yoga, and all that. Okay, now horses. Okay, out of all the horses, Krishna is what? Uchhaishrava. Okay, and who rose out of the ocean during remember we told this, I mean, we discussed this Kurma avatar, right? The one side demons, one side demigods, they were churning the ocean using Mandara hill. Yes, so during that time lot of things came out from the ocean. Out of that, one is Uchhaishrava, that is the horse, and the other one is Airavat, that is the elephant. Okay, along with nectar. So Airavat, out of 11 elephants, Krishna is Airavat. Airavat is considered the greatest elephant. And out of horses, Uchhaishrava is considered the greatest. So that is Krishna. Okay. Wherever, whatever is great, that is Krishna. Okay. Of the weapons, Krishna is Thunderbolt. And who holds Thunderbolt in hand? That is Indra. Indradev holds. Okay. And among the cows, Krishna is the Surabhi cow. Okay. These Surabhi's cows, as you see in the picture, they are found only in Golok Vrindavan. They are not found on earth. Okay, so Krishna is in Golok Vrindavan, he'll be taking care of Surabhi cows. Okay, and out of of causes for procreation, I'm Kandarpa, and the god of love. Okay, and of the serpents, I'm Vasuki. And remember that churning the Mandara hill, with what did they churn? Vasuki, right? Vasuki was the snake they used. They needed a rope-like thing to churn. So they used Vasuki, right? So Vasuki, out of all the snakes, Vasuki is the greatest. So Krishna is Vasuki. Okay. Now, out of many hooded Nagas, he's Anantashesh. Anantashesh is a Balram. Balram is an incarnation of Anantashesh, what you can see in the picture. He is also Krishna only. Okay. And of the departed ancestors, I am Aryama. Okay. And among the dispensers of law, I am Yama. Okay. So Krishna is Yama. Yamadev is he is the one who notes down all our papa and punya, right, and gives us punishments accordingly. So he can never go wrong. Why? Because he's Krishna himself. Okay, and yeah, and Yama is situated in the planet near this earthly planet, and after death, those who are very sinful are taken there, and Yama arranges different kind of punishments for them. Okay, so he is the god of death. Okay, he comes if we have to die, he comes and takes our soul from this body and goes to Yamalok. There he it's like a court over there. Okay, then he decides punishments for all the good and bad we've done. Okay, if you don't want Yama to come and take your soul, if you want Krishna, Vishnu Dutas to come, remember Rajamila story. One side Yamadutas were there, one side Vishnu Dutas were there, right? If you want only Vishnu Dutas to come and take you to Krishna, what you should do? You should become a devotee of Krishna. Okay? Chant regularly, remember Krishna at the time of death, okay, which is not in our hands. If you want to remember Krishna during the death time, we have to chant regularly from now. Okay? And do our devotional service regularly. Nothing, very simple. Chant every day at least one round, then try and eat Krishna Prasadam at least once in a day. Just one, at least once water you offer, put it in your water bottle and drink that throughout the day. Okay, that's the easiest way. Okay, and then offer fruit and eat that Krishna Prasad. Okay, and then what is the third one? Spend time with devotees. Okay, if you don't have Krishna devotees as your friends in this batch itself, there are so many people, right? You can make friends with them. Okay, and become devotee friends and become friends of devotees. Okay, discuss about the Lord. Next, read one page of Bhagavad Gita every day. Just one page. Is it so difficult? Read the shloka, translation, perfect. Perfect. You can read one paragraph if you don't have time. Okay, just so much you do every day. And then what? You can on weekends you can learn Krishna bhajan, kirtan, and then you can also read Krishna book stories about Krishna. There are so many comics available. Okay, and always if you're buying some author, I mean buying some book, make sure the author is from ISKCON's disciplic succession. Okay, otherwise we already saw no the importance of Guru Parampara. Wrong. So many people are giving wrong things, and we will learn wrong things. That's why Krishna had to come and narrate Bhagavad Gita once more. He narrated it to Vivasvan. And then because it was spoiled, Krishna had to again come and narrate it to Arjuna, right? So that's why always take books from ISKCON's disciplic succession. Okay. That's why go to an ISKCON temple and buy. Okay. There you will get proper books. Okay. Then. mm, so among Daityas, as in demons, okay, he is Prahlad. So Prahlad, okay, Prahlad is not a demon, he's a devotee. But why is Krishna saying this? Because Prahlad is a descendant, right? He's from a demon's family. Hiranyakashipu is a demon. So Hiranyakashipu, demon's son, is going to belong to a demon's family. But in this case, Prahlad is a devotee, but he belongs to a demon's family. So that's why Krishna says, I am Prahlad. Okay, and then of all creations, okay, I am the beginning and the end. Okay, and the middle as well. He is the maintainer, right? He is the creator, he is the maintainer, he is the destroyer. Okay, and then Arjuna, of all sciences, I am spiritual science. See, Krishna is again telling Krishna consciousness is a science. Okay, of all the sciences, so many sciences are there, no? Today, physics, biology, neurology, so many science. So out of all the sciences, I am spiritual science. Spirituality is a science. Okay, it's a science of self. And among the logicians, I am the conclusive truth. Okay, so Krishna is the result of everything. Okay, now, of the letters, I am A. A is the first letter, right? If it is Kannada, then it is A. If it is Hindi, it is A. Other languages, it is A. In English, it is A, the first letter. Okay. And among the compound words, I am the dual compound. Okay. And I am the inexhaustible time. So we learned, right? Bhagavad Gita deals with 5 subject matters, and Kala is one of it. So that Kala is also Krishna only. Okay. And of the creators, I am Brahma. Okay, Brahma is the biggest creator, right? So of the creators, Brahma is Krishna. So Brahma is also Krishna's incarnation. Okay, Gunavataras we say. Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu, they are all Krishna's incarnations. Okay, I am the all-devouring death. Death is also Krishna. Okay, understand, nothing good or bad, everything is emanating from Krishna. We learned, right? Everything emanates from me, Krishna said. So even if it is bad, it is coming from Krishna only. Okay, it is needed in the material world. So death is also Krishna. And among women, I am fame, fortune, speech, memory, intelligence, faithfulness, and patience. So these are all qualities a woman has, right? All girls have this: fame, fortune, speech, memory, intelligence, faithfulness, and patience. See, boys also have this, but girls have this in more quantity. Why? Because Krishna is representing it. Okay. Yeah, out of Vedas, Krishna is Samaveda. Okay. And I mean, because in Samaveda, no, what happens, all the hymns that are there in Samaveda praise Krishna. Okay. Brihat Samavise. Okay. And that is Krishna. And the poetry, I am Gayatri. Okay. Of poetry, I am Gayatri. And that's what Krishna says. And of months, I am Margashira. Okay. November to December, whatever we have, that is Margashira, and that is Krishna. And of seasons, I'm flower bearing, um, spring season. Okay. So Krishna is spring season. If why spring is so beautiful, right? Of all the seasons, spring is beautiful because you see greens everywhere and all flowers, and it's so colorful. Why? Because Krishna is representing it. Okay. And yeah, so Krishna, when Krishna was present on earth, yeah, so he lifted the Govardhan hill, right? And nobody, and in fact, Indra and Krishna had a fight, and then finally Indra realize that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, right? Why? Because see, nobody knows the source of Krishna. Okay, so when Krishna came down to this earth, a lot of people did not know he was the Lord. Nobody knew Krishna was the Lord. Everybody was figuring out who is this person, who so magical he is. Okay, and then when Krishna started doing his leelas, everybody started understanding how great Krishna is. Then everybody understood Krishna as the Lord. Okay, so in his childhood, he lifted Govardhan Hill. I mean, who can do this in his little finger? I mean, can you see in the picture? One hand he's holding the hill with his little finger. The other hand he has flute. Okay, and he will be playing the flute. Okay, when Indra comes to fight with him, he will be playing the flute. I mean, that is Krishna. Okay, and of all the descendants, I'm Vrishni. So Krishna took birth in Vrishni dynasty, right? So he is Vrishni, and I am Vasudev. Okay, Vrishni dynasty, and he is Vasudev. But he took birth as Vasudev's son when he came to this earth, right? So that's why Krishna is telling, of all the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudev, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Arjuna is considered the best in the Pandavas, right? Oh, best of Pandavas, best of Bharatas, Krishna keeps saying. So that's why whatever is best, that is Krishna. So Arjuna is also Krishna. Okay, and of the sages, I am Vyasadev. Okay, Vyasadev is Krishna's empowered incarnation. We already, and he is the one who wrote Bhagavatam and Mahabharata and all. I mean, compiled. Okay, and among the great thinkers, I am Ushana. Okay. Just whatever you can, you remember. Okay. I'll try and send the recording if possible. Okay. And among punishments, what is Krishna? Okay. He's the rod of chastisement. He's the rod of chastisement. Okay. And of those who seek victory, I am morality. So morality is Krishna. Okay. Morality is Krishna. That is why we have to be truthful all the time and make sure we follow all the moral education that we have. Okay, among the confidential activities of hearing and thinking and meditating, silence is the most important because by silence one can make progress very quickly. Now, what silence is Krishna talking about over here? Anybody knows? He's not telling, okay, all of you shut your mouth and sit. That is silence. No, not that silence. Krishna is saying, be silent from material noise. That means if you're talking or hearing about anything, okay, if it is something valueless, okay, if it is rubbish, like if it is not about Krishna, then don't hear and don't talk about that. Okay, maintain silence there. Okay, you don't have to get involved in a discussion where they are not talking about Krishna. Okay, you talk and listen only if they are talking about Krishna. Okay, if the discussion is about Krishna, then we have to open our ears and mouth and say something and hear. Otherwise, don't. Maintain silence. That is what Krishna is saying here. Okay, did you understand? So we have to be silent if it is not about Krishna. Don't listen to it. Okay, now furthermore, now Krishna is again explaining. Hmm. Oh God, one moment. Okay. Oh, Arjuna, I'm the generating seed of all existence. Okay. Now we already learned. See, seed giving father is Krishna, right? He's the one who puts the soul in the body. So that life giving factor is Krishna. Okay. And there is no being moving or non-moving that can exist without me. Krishna is the creator of all of us. How can we exist without Krishna? No way. And even after we come in this material body, Krishna comes with us in the form of Paramatma, right? So that's why Krishna is everything, in fact, and it is limitless. Okay. Now Krishna is saying, my opulence is limitless. Okay. So there is no end to my divine manifestations. He can go on and on and on. We saw so many, right? And there are more. Okay. Krishna is like, there is no end only. So anything beautiful you find, anything best you find, that is Krishna. Okay. So it is infinite. His opulences are limitless, infinite. We cannot even imagine. Okay. So finally we should understand one thing: anything nice, beautiful, best, greatest, that is Krishna. Okay. There are more. Okay. We've covered whatever is required. Okay. And know that all beautiful, see, Krishna is himself saying, know that all beautiful, glorious and mighty creations spring but a spark of my splendor. Okay. Everything beautiful is Krishna. Okay. It is all coming from Krishna. Okay. Just remember so much. um now now Krishna is telling, why should you know? See, this is a pictorial representation of how Brahma was born. Here you can see, from the navel of the Lord Vishnu, a lotus comes. Okay. Lotus stem comes, and then there is a lotus flower on top, and there Brahma is born. This is where Brahma is. Okay. And all the material planets, no, they are here. You can see in the picture. Okay. Through this lotus stem only, all the material planets are there, like Patala Lokas, then Earth, earthly planets, and then on top heavenly planets. Then first on topmost will be Brahma Loka, that is Satyaloka, this lotus flower. Okay. This is called Satyaloka. Above this will be all the Vaikuntha planets, all the Vaikuntha, all the spiritual world comes. Okay. And then above the Vaikuntha planets, Golok Vrindavan will be there. Okay. And this Vishnu, whatever you're seeing, is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. He is the bottommost. Okay. Above also there is Krishna, bottom also there is Krishna. Okay. In the form of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, he comes in the bottom. And whatever water you're seeing, this is called Garbhodaka ocean. So all the planets are in ocean. I mean, in water. Okay. And Krishna is also lying down in water only. So everything is in water, the material world. Understand so much. Okay. Yeah, and now Krishna is telling, what is the need for you to know all this? Just know that I am there, and if you do devotional service, you can come back to me. Why should you know about so many things? I am so many things. We saw, right? Krishna is so many things. That's what Krishna is saying. With just a small fragrant of myself, I pervade and support the entire universe. Every atom has Krishna, right, in the form of Paramatma. So that is what Krishna is saying. I maintain this entire universe. That's what Krishna is saying. Okay. Now, the Lord tells Arjuna that there is no point in understanding how things exist in the separate opulence and grandeur. Why? Because, see, Krishna, ultimately, our aim is Bhagavan realization, right? What do we know by getting, what do we do by knowing all this? Ultimately, we just understand Krishna is great and we start offering devotion service more and more. That's all, right? And then yeah, and he should know that all things are existing due to Krishna's entering them as Supersoul, Paramatma. I already told you. And from Brahma, the most gigantic entity, down to the smallest ant, all are existing because of the Lord. Okay. Even an ant, even a microorganism exists because of the Lord. Okay. So that is Krishna. I mean, see how great Krishna is. No words to describe. Right. So he's so opulent. So Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and that's why we offer everything to him first and then use it. And then Krishna is the supreme controller. Okay, and then Krishna is our only well-wishing friend. Okay, so order Bhagavad Gita if you don't have, or you can download the PDF copy. From it is free. Okay, from the website, and start reading Bhagavad Gita every day, one page at least. Okay, that's how you start with your devotion service. Okay, so Krishna consciousness is a science. Krishna himself agreed, right? Out of all sciences, Krishna is spiritual science of the self. right? So it's a science. We have to practice. Okay. So you have to, when you listen to a class and when Mataji says read, you have to go back and read. Otherwise, you will not know. When Mataji says chant, you have to go back and chant. Why? Because Krishna consciousness is practice. It's all about practice. Okay. If you love your mom, you don't say I love you, mom, and sit. If it's her birthday, you will try to do something, surprise her, right? You do something. Otherwise, your mom says, what love do you have on me? Right? You have to express your love. In the same way, if you love God, you have to express it. Okay. The easiest way, I mean, you can just draw something. See, Adviti, she's drawing every day and she's sending. Right. And Ayush also, he's writing short stories every day. And right. So do something for Krishna. Okay. And if you are good at singing, sing something for Krishna. Okay. He's our father. He's the biggest father, ultimate father, right? See, Krishna is not saying, okay, do this for me, do that for me. Nothing. Even if you don't see, Krishna is there as Paramatma in all of us, right? He never said, okay, only if you pray to me, I can become free and I consider you as my child. No, Krishna said, even in death, Krishna is there, because Krishna considered all of us to be his children. Okay, so Krishna is not asking you do this, do that. We are doing it out of love. Okay, like how your parents don't ask you do this for me, do that for me. Do they say anything? No, but we do it out of love in the same way. Okay, and yeah, so Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He's a person. He's a Shamas. He has a Shamasundara complexion. Okay, and he's Satchidananda. Okay, so Krishna is our eternal friend and well-wisher. Always remember, when you have any problem, first person you should reach out to is Krishna, because only he can help, nobody else. Okay, and you don't even have to get up from your place and go ask for help, right? If you have to ask for help from your father or mother, what do? You have to get up from your place, go to them or call them, or call out. I mean, if they're somewhere else, you have to call them and all. But Krishna, you just think of him in your mind, he will help you. Why? Because he's there as Paramatma. Even before you think that, even before you know what you will be thinking of, Krishna knows what you will be thinking of. Okay, he's that close to you. He's right next to your soul. Others are all far. Okay, understand? He's in your heart. So he's more close than anybody else. Okay, so we always have to reach out to him for help. Okay, and Krishna will send somebody for your help. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Okay, any questions? Rudhi had a question, right? Can you raise your hand now? Yeah, tell me. We can stop the recording.